G'day guys, welcome back into another video on the channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be doing my round 9 tips. So yeah, I reckon we'll just get straight into it. But before we do, I've got a few things to say. I do apologise for not uploading for like the past 3 weeks. Just has some personal stuff going on, but we got that all cleared. I mean, not all cleared, like all good now. But yeah, I should be uploading at least twice a week from now on. And also, this is only my 3rd tips video, and it's the 9th round. So yeah, that's a bit embarrassing. I have not been consistent this year whatsoever with the tips videos. So yeah, I'm going to try and pump out the tips videos once a week, and then get some other form of another video, whether that be a tier maker, a challenge video, a quiz video, or any type of video I can get out. I'll try and get 2 videos out a week from now on until the end of the footy season in September. But yeah, without further ado, we'll just get straight into the video. Alrighty, for the first game, we've got the Carlton Blues taking on the Melbourne Demons at the MCG at 5:30 PM Australian Western Standard Time. This should be a really good game. Both sides in great form at the moment. Hang on, let me just have a look at the form. Yeah, both sides in really good form. The Blues, I believe, have they lost 2 games this year? I'm not sure, but yeah, that they've just absolutely blew me away this year, the Blues. I didn't think they were gonna do this good. Personally, I did not think they were gonna do this good. But yeah, this should be a really good contest around the ball, in the midfield especially. When you got Cripps, Petrarca, Oliver, Walsh. So yeah, this should be a pretty good game. Both teams in a pretty good form. I mean, the Blues have lost their past 2 games, which is not good, but they've both been in pretty good shape this year. But for this game, I really just see the 8th placed Blues versus the 10th placed Demons. I just see the Blues running away with it. I mean, not the Blues, the Demons running away with it, sorry. Even though this is a big Blues home game, well, it's basically a home game for both of them, but the Blues really could win this. But after what the Demons did last week to the Cats, I believe that the Demons can get this one done. And I believe they can get this one done by, let's say, 25 points in a not a smashing, but decently close. But I believe that they can actually go. I believe they can do this good and get a 25-point victory over the Blues, which is not many teams can do this year. But yeah, I'm gonna go the Demons by 25. Alrighty, guys, moving on to the Friday night games. There's 2 Friday night games this round, so yeah, a bit strange, but there's one at GMHBA, which is coming first at 5:10 PM Australian Western Standard Time. We've got the Geelong Cats taking on the Port Adelaide Power from GMHBA. This should be a pretty good game once again, but really, I just don't think the Power really have any chance. I think it's pretty clear the Cats should run away with this one, and I'm going to say it by 32 points. Alrighty, guys, now for the 3rd game of the round, we've got the Fremantle Dockers taking on the Sydney Swans at Fremantle's home ground in Perth. I feel this will be a close game, like relatively close. Like I feel like the final margin will be nothing more than 20. But yeah, the odds in this are Fremantle $2.26 to Sydney $1.64, which I guess is fair. It's at 6:30, so yeah, a bit of a late one for Vic, 8:30 start. So yeah, a bit of a late one. But yeah, I feel like this game, I feel like more people are gonna tune into Port versus like Cats. Like I feel like this is gonna be like one of those like kind of irrelevant games. But yeah, I'll give it benefit of the doubt, and let's see. I'll make. You know, I'm gonna tip Sydney. I was gonna tip Freo, but I'm gonna tip Sydney because I feel like Sydney, they always play good over here in the West. So yeah, I'm gonna tip Sydney to win by probably no more than 20 points. I'll say, I don't know. Let's just say maybe 14 points. Alrighty, guys. I believe this is the first game on the Saturday. Yeah, it is. It is the first game on the Saturday. And it's also the first game in Tasmania at UTAS Stadium. Lovely little ground down there in Launceston. Holds 20,000, I believe. 20,000, 19,000, something like that. Anyways, yeah, great little ground down there. And the Hawks play 2 games a year down there, just like North play 2 games a year at Blundstone, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the Hawks seem to always play good at Launceston. I don't know what it is, but it's just something that the Hawks are really good at, playing good in Tasmania. But yeah, they're versing the really out of form, really not looking good Saints. I honestly think if the Saints don't win this game, then they're not making finals. I think their season's done if they don't win this game. Like, they really need to start picking up the wins if they're gonna make finals. Like, from now on, I think if the Saints want to make finals, they can only really lose another 1 or 2 games. So I think it's probably impossible for the Saints to make finals from here. But yeah, they're looking really out of form. And the Hawks play really good down in Launceston. So I think the obvious answer is just to tip the Hawks. I mean, I guess you could say it's a bit of an upset, but not at the same time it's not. But yeah, I'm gonna tip the Hawks by 18 points down there in Tassie. Alrighty guys, now for the second game on the Saturday at 2:35 PM Australian Western Standard Time, we have got the Essendon Bombers taking on the GWS Giants at Marvel Stadium, 5th versus 3rd. I don't know, GWS, they haven't been, I don't know if it was since that loss against Carlton, but they haven't been looking as good because they've dropped their last 2 games. I'm pretty sure they won their first 6 and they lost their last 2. They've lost their last 2. So yeah, not good. They're not really in form. Coming up against the Bombers, who are in form. They're playing ridiculously good footy. I thought they would show up. Everyone thought that they'd show up, but they've shown up like a lot this year, more than what people thought they would. But yeah, the Giants are looking out of form. But even though last week the Bombers won, it was really not a comfortable win. The Eagles really could have won that. Like, in my opinion, it's not just my West Coast Eagles bias, but I think that game was pretty poorly umpired and favoriting Essendon. But yeah, I thought the Eagles were going to win that. I really thought we could have won that pretty easily, but the Essendon just ended up getting the job done by a goal in the end. Sadly, to my disappointment. But yeah, this is probably, I'm not going to lie, I reckon this is probably the toughest game to tip in the whole round, I reckon. Yeah, this is going to be a really, really hard game to tip. But I'm going to back the Giants in. Or, should I? Yeah, I'll back the Giants in. I'll back the Orange Tsunami in to get it done by 8 points on the Saturday afternoon. Now, for one of the 2 Saturday night games, at 5:30 PM, we've got the Richmond Tigers taking on the Western Bulldogs from MCG. From the MCG. It is the Richmond Tigers home game, but they've just not looked in form. Like that, they're really not in form. They're doing worse than the Eagles at the moment. Like they're really not doing good. Yeah, and the Doggies on the other hand, they're actually looking relatively decent this year. So it's a 17th versus 11th clash. The odds are $3.30 Richmond, $1.34 Doggies. So I guess you could say it's not really that close. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna back the Dogs in here, be safe, and the Bulldogs should get it done by a comfortable margin of 32 points on the Saturday night. Now for the second Saturday night game, I might be streaming this, my first ever watch-along live stream on Streamlabs or OBS, whichever we decide to, because Coast Club is coming over this weekend. He's going to be teaching me how to stream. But yeah, I'm probably going to be streaming this game if we do end up streaming. This will be the one. Yeah, this is up in Darwin, first game in Darwin. There's usually 2 games in Darwin a year, and they're both Suns home games. Suns play 2 games up there. So yeah, this week they're playing North up there, and next week I believe, I'm not sure who they're playing up there next week, but yeah, this week they're playing North for a Saturday night game at 5:30 PM. The odds are really badly in favour of the Suns. Like, they're really in favour of the Suns here. Like, and obviously that they should be, because North haven't won a game this year. Just looking in poor form, and it looks like North are in for a fourth or third wooden spoon in 4 years, which is not good for the club at all. So I'm going to back the Suns to get a really, really comfortable win, and absolutely obliterate North Melbourne on the Saturday night by, I'll say 65 points. Now moving on to the Sunday. This is the first Sunday game of the two. We've got Collingwood Magpies taking on my Eagles at the at Marvel Stadium. Weirdly, it should be at the MCG for some reason. For some reason, Collingwood play 1 or 2 home games at Marvel each year. I don't know why. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but they just do. Anyways, a 9th versus 15th. Pies should get the job done, but let's be realistic. But if I'm having complete faith in my boys, I think we've got a sneaky little chance of actually winning this. And if we do end up winning it, it'll be no more than a goal. But yeah, I'm gonna go. And the Pies obviously haven't been looking as good as their premiership form last year. They started off pretty poorly with 3 losses. They kind of picked up their form, and they haven't been really consistent. They've been losing, winning. But yeah, I'm just going to go with the Pies to win by, let's say, 26 points. So a reasonable margin, but not a complete smashing. Alrighty, guys, now for the last game of round 9 at 2 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time. We have got the Brisbane Lions, or the Adelaide Crows, taking on the Brisbane Lions from the Adelaide Oval. The Crows should win this. They look like they should win it. It's kind of 50-50. It really is kind of 50-50. The odds are in the Crows' hands. It's about a 35 to 65% odds in Crows' favour. But yeah, it's a 12th versus 13th. Sorry. Yeah, so they're both really close to each other on the ladder, obviously. Both with, how many wins do the Lions? They both have 3 wins on the board and 5 losses. So yeah, everyone thought the Brisbane Lions were going to do a lot better this year, obviously being in the premiership last year. But yeah, I think I'm just going to have to go the Adelaide Crows, being it is at their home ground. So yeah, I'm going to go the Crows by, let's go 19 points. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I know I have not uploaded in 3 weeks. I do apologise for that. As I said at the start of the video, if you want to go back and have a look at it, but if you missed it, I'm going to try and upload twice a week from now on. But yeah, we're already really far into the footy season. Not round 9. It feels like it's only been like, I don't know, like 3-4 weeks, but we're already at round 9. So yeah, footy season's going fast. Make the most of it. Make the most of it for the content for the rest of the footy season until the end of September. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I would really appreciate if you click the subscribe button and like up the video if you haven't already. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers. Missing someone.